My name is Travis Knapp, and I'm going to be going over my Capstone project for Aviation 350. So for this project, we're going to be discussing if it is legal for us to go to this alternate on our dispatch. So our ETA down here for our alternate at BTR is 1800. Here are the two periods that are going to be affecting us here. Specifically this temporary one, it's got the worst weather, and our ETA is 1800 Zulu. And yeah, here we see that's going to encompass 1800 Zulu, so it's going to give us 1 statute mile and 500 feet broken, so our ceiling of 500 feet. All right, so let's take a look at our approaches that we have to work with here. So just to plainly answer the first question, forecasted weather at our ETA is 1 statute miles, 500 feet broken. All right, and here are our approaches. So we're /alpha, so there's no GPS approaches that we're going to be identifying in our autopilot and flight director, or INOP, which is going to come into play with these minimums right here. So here's the ILS or localizer for 1-3. So we are going to be able to fly this ILS, but we're not going to be able to have this exemption with the flight director and autopilot down to 1800. So we're just going to stick with half a statute mile and 200 feet ceilings for this one. For our ILS, our localizer, runway 22 right, our ILS glide slope is inoperative. So here we have X'd out our ILS, and we're just going to use our localizer minimums here. And we are class Delta airplane, so no other equipment's inoperative, so we're going to do 3/4 statute miles and 410 feet. Okay, and then for our VOR, 4 left, here we go, 620, and then we're class Delta, 1 3/4 statute miles visibility, 551 foot ceiling. All right, and lastly, our VOR DME into runway 22 right. So again, class Delta, local altimeter setting, 1 1/4 statute mile, and 410 feet. All right, so here's just a little breakdown of our minimums here. So you can see the ceiling requirements here and the visibility requirements. So now we're going to see what's legal to do here. Also, we're just going to note that the only ones we're going to have a conflict with is the ILS 22 right or the VOR DME 22 right. And then we could have a conflict with these VORs as well, being the same source, but we're not going to run into that. Okay, so what is the lowest legal 1 nav alternate minimums for BTR, both the ceiling and the visibility? So here are our approaches right here, and I went ahead and added our 400 foot to the prior minimum and the 1 statute miles, and this is their new required minimum weather. And so our least restrictive is the ILS localizer 1-3 at 600 feet and 1 1/4 statute miles. Again, here's that listed, just broken out here, 600 feet, 1 1/2 statute miles. All right, next question is our lowest legal 2 nav, both ceilings and visibility. So for this, we're going to take 2 approaches. Here I went and added the plus 200 and plus half statute miles to all of these approaches. And these are our new minimums. So we're going to take the lowest 2, which is our ILS localizer 1-3, and then just the localizer 22 right. And that's going to be, so the highest of those is 610 and 1 1/4 statute miles. So that's going to be our 2 nav. All right, and then we are going to make some decisions now too. So is it legal to use BTR as an alternate for this flight? No, it is not legal. The forecasted weather is 1 statute mile, 500 feet broken, and our alternate minimums must be at least 610 feet, or we could round that up to 700, or 1 1/4 statute miles using 2 nav, or we can get just slightly lower on the ceiling, 600 feet, and 1 1/2 statute miles using 1 nav. Both of those are busted by the 500 foot ceiling there and the 1 statute mile visibilities. All right, and lastly, if not affected by the NOTAM, what would be the lowest legal alternate? So now we can go ahead and activate this ILS for runway 22 right, and I went ahead and put in our new minimums here. So you see we have two 400 feet, and then our new visibility requirements for a total of 400 feet and 1 statute miles. All right. And there's no conflict here for 2nav because they are separate receivers there. So different runways, different receivers. So that is going to be legal for us. All right, and then the only thing I used here is just the references that we were given in the instructional video.